Well, good morning. It is September 28th, and I am in Lake Tahoe area on the Nevada side. I'm doing the Monkey Rock Trail. It comes recommended on all trails, so I thought I would check it out. The only problem is you have to pay for parking, and you only get an hour. And I don't know, I hope I can do this trail in an hour. It's about a road walk to begin with, and I'm going to be stressed to get it done in time. Anyways, let's see what it's all about. If you've been following along, you've known that I've done quite a few hikes in Washington. Well, they got a week's worth of rain coming, and I did not want to sit around waiting for it to get over. So I have one more month left of free camping in Nevada because I got their pass last year. So I decided to come to Nevada and finish out everything that I didn't do last year. You know what? It is really thin up here. I think we're at 7,000 feet. I saw a sign. So forgive me as I pant along. There's your first glimpse of Lake Tahoe. It is the largest alpine lake in the United States. Well, I'm finally onto some decent trail rather than the pavement. Continuing on with the hike through the Bible, it was at Kadesh that Moses struck the rock instead of speaking to it, and the water came out. And then they had to continue on their journey. He sent messengers to the king of Edom saying, "Brother, you know the hardships that we've had in Egypt. We just want to pass through your land. We won't eat anything or drink anything, but please just let us pass through." You see, the Edomites were descendants of Esau, who was the brother of Jacob. And the other name for Jacob was Israel. At any rate, the king said, "You will not pass through my land." And they even came after the Israelites. So the Israelites had to turn and go the long way to enter Canaan. I thought this trail would be way more crowded, considering all the cars that were parked. But it's good. Only met 2 people. So now they journeyed from Kadesh to Mt Hor. And God told Moses and Aaron that this is where Aaron was going to die. God said, "Take Aaron and Eleazar his son up Mt Hor and strip Aaron of his garments and put them on Eleazar." So Moses stripped Aaron of his garments and put them on his son Eleazar. And Eleazar was now the new high priest. And then Aaron died on the mountain. Then Moses and Eleazar came down the mountain, and everyone mourned for Aaron 30 days. They put some traction here for us. Not sure why. Can you imagine walking up the mountain with your brother and father, knowing that he was going to be laid to rest up there? I will bet they reminisced about their life. Together, they breasted unnumbered dangers and shared in the signal blessing of God. As they ascended, I'm sure they could see the widespread scene of their desert wanderings, and they could see the vast camp of Israel, the very people these men had given the best portion of their lives for, whose welfare they had felt so deep an interest and made so great sacrifices. I'm sure it was with deep sorrow that Moses removed from Aaron his holy vestments and placed them on his son Eleazar, who became his successor through divine appointment. Removal of the high priestly garments prevented them from becoming ritually impure when Aaron died. Because he and his brother were so close, and God almost always spoke to the 2 of them together. Because Moses had struck the rock instead of speaking to it, Aaron was denied access into the land of Canaan and becoming its high priest there. He didn't get to offer the first sacrifice in the promised land, and thus consecrating Israel to the land. Okay, I am at the top. Beautiful. There's this monkey rock. Oh, there's a forest fire out there. That's too bad. This is really not very crowded up here. I'm so pleased. I love these big boulders up here. So cool. A wrong act can never be undone. You can ask for forgiveness, of course, but the act can never be reversed. Something to think about. The whole congregation sorrowed for Aaron, yet they could not feel the loss as keenly as Moses. The death of Aaron forcibly reminded Moses that his own death was near. Moses must now continue the work alone, but he knew that God was his friend, and he leaned on him even the more heavily. So although he was being punished for disobedience, God graciously called the aged priest up a mountain so that he could die closer to heaven. This is where I hope to die one day. After grieving, the Israelites had to battle some of the Canaanites, but God was with them and they defeated them. Then comes the incident of the bronze serpent in the desert, where God had Moses erect a serpent and all they had to do was look at it when they were bitten and they would be saved. I did a whole talk about this in another hike, so I will put it at the end card and you can watch it if you like. You can really see that fire from here. I'm just so thankful that when we make huge mistakes, when our trials and toils are over and we've asked for forgiveness, that God will take us into the promised land, the great promised land still. He is a forgiving, merciful God. The healing hiker rating for this Monkey Rock Trail is a 3 out of 5, and I'm being generous. The view at the top is lovely, but the trail is not that special, and having to get it done in an hour is just too stressful. I'm not making it back in time, and I don't know how this works. I've never done these kind of tickets before. So they have my license number, and I don't know how this works, but hopefully I don't get penalized. It'll be a few minutes extra, but I had people delay me and talk to me and stuff, so it's frustrating. Anyways, yeah, my first hike in Lake Tahoe was an interesting one. Thank you, Lord, for the cross and for the promise of heaven.